Broadcasting from the heart of downtown Hollywood. This is SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com presents The Real Estate King of South Florida with your host, Philip Simonetta, PA. Founder of the Simonetta Group of Charles Ruttenberg Realty and the Real Estate King Coaching and Consultant Group, specializing in introducing structure, authenticity, and humanity into the real estate world. Not to mention a splash of wild and crazy. We bring you your host, Philip Simonetta, PA.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show this week, the Real Estate King of South Florida, Philip Simonetta. I am here with my guest, Mark McDonald from Movement Mortgage. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tonight we have a special treat for everybody. We're going to introduce two of my clients that I'm currently working with. I have a property listed for them, which is on the market right now. We actually have an offer that we're countering back, and we have another showing coming up on Friday. I have Bill and Eileen here with us, so if you just want to turn and give a hello. And
hello.
And also, our host, Ivan Bad, is back. You're the host. Our co-host.
I'm the court jester over here, the Real Estate King.
So I just wanted to invite them to the show to have a conversation and share their experience, what they're dealing with, what they were dealing with before they hired me to represent them, and the process that we're going through. And, you know, just share a little bit about what's going on, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are in certain similar circumstances that they were in before we started working together. So I think back, let me break down the background of the situation. I actually called Bill. He was a for sale by owner at the time, and I didn't know, but prior to that, he also had it listed with another company. So we actually I called them up, which I do daily. I reach out there and I call people who are selling their properties and we're trying to sell and they come off the market or for sale by owner. And I introduce myself, tell them who I am and what I do and how I can help them. So I called Bill and he blew me off the first time.
I did.
What were you the first time we talked? What were you thinking?
Well, when you first called me, I had just dismissed an agent or agency, and we went the for sale by owner route.
Yeah.
So it was relatively new, and I wasn't interested in relisting with another agent. So when you called, I just told you I wasn't interested and really didn't listen to your story, and that was the end of that.
But you had to listen, though, because we did have a great conversation, and we did leave an impression, though, yeah?
Well, the impression was left there. I blew off the idea of even listing it with someone, but we did have a great conversation, and you were an interesting, articulate person.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So what made you go from having it listed to for sale by owner? Because that's quite the feat in itself.
Okay, I listed it with an agency right near my building, and I just wasn't getting the activity that I thought the unit should be getting. However, to be frank with you, they told me to list it at a price that I thought was excessive, and I think that's the reason I wasn't getting traffic. When I got a call from Philip, we got talking about the price, and he was very honest. He said he thought it was a little high that I was asking, and I was. So reality set in, and I dismissed, like I said, I dismissed the agency, and I went out on my own, and I reduced it substantially, maybe $50,000 from what the agent told me. And I really wasn't getting the right exposure, advertising, or I still wasn't getting traffic. And I recalled the conversation I had with Philip. So I reached out to him, and well, actually, I should take it a step back. I discussed it with my wife. We had two other agents in, and it just seems that they were trying to drive the listing down our throats. I just didn't feel comfortable with them. Wow. So I mentioned to Eileen. I says, I talked to this guy on the phone. It was a cold call, but I says, he really handled himself. Let's give him a call. So that's when I called him.
That's awesome.
And I explained to him my situation, and he says, well, listen, I'll come over and sit down. And actually, the atmosphere was like it is right here. It was relaxed. We sat there, and he just brought up a whole bunch of comps and different things out. And I think right there and then, if I'm right, didn't we sign with him?
Yeah,
We said,
we
"This
felt
is the
really
guy
comfortable."
to do our property. And I think we listed it realistically. And since then, we've been getting some activity. Like Philip said in the beginning, we have an offer on the table. And we have another showing Friday, and we made a counter offer on the first one. So we'll see what happens. Maybe by the end of the week it'll be sold.
But Philip, like I just heard something amazing. Like to the listeners out there, a lot of the agents when they call on for sale by owners or they call on the people that they look in their community and they start to call on some of these people that are out in their community listing their houses on their own or their expired listings, and they become a yes man. So they just whatever price you want because they don't know what the hell they're doing, right? And so you came in as a consultant, and you knew in your mind where you were probably overpriced. So coming in there as an agent just to get a listing was what was turning you off. It sounded like
it absolutely was. It wasn't realistic, and I was in a position where I wanted to sell her because we want to move somewhere else. So basically. Yeah, it was the demeanor and the atmosphere. I think that made us both comfortable. Yeah. And what he showed us his program. He explained to us what he can do for us. Yeah. And to this point, he's done it.
Yeah. The first thing I want to say is I want to talk about the property 1 second, and then I want to refer to answer some of the things you said there that we prepared to show you what we could do. The property is located on just north of Galt Ocean Mile. It's 4900 North Ocean Boulevard, Unit 412.
In Lauderdale by the Sea.
It's Lauderdale by the Sea. It's the Sea Ranch.
I love building. Lauderdale by the Sea.
Oh, it's amazing. And the condo unit is outstanding. I mean, there wasn't a corner missed. There wasn't, $40,000 worth of impact windows are there. I mean, your view, you're looking at the pool, and right beyond the pool is the ocean. I mean, the view is tremendous. And I wanted to. We have some pictures that we're going to put up here, and we're going to scroll through them while we're talking, so we can let our viewers see the unit we're talking about. So I wanted to go back a second and discuss and just point out, when you told me some of the things you were dealing with these other agents, I put together that seller's report. I'm not sure if you guys remember. It was a 60-page report we put together. I mean, every trend you could think of. And the property is a unique property. This isn't, an average property that, a working family is going to buy. It's a $689,000 condo on the beach. So you have a limited market to who we could even present it to. And one of the things that we put in place was translating it into 18 different languages and marketing into 140 different countries.
That blew my mind.
Doing that on a global scale.
Right.
Has generated. We have had over 10,000 clicks on this property.
Wow.
Not saying we're going to have 10,000 showings, but there were 10,000 clicks on foreign markets to see this property. All it takes is one. One foreign buyer who has a check to write and wants to live on the beach in Fort Lauderdale or Lauderdale by the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Or visit Sea-Watch down the road.
Yeah.
Or Aruba's.
But
Aruba's, right.
Indeed.
Yeah, everything is walking distance, so that's the...
Right. Yeah. So with these reports, the first report we put together, it gives you the demographic from schools to crime to everything possible about the building. How many adolescents are there? How many, middle age within ranges? It gives you every breakdown possible. So you take all into consideration when you're pricing a property. And with the work that was done in this property, the other agents, is the property worth $50,000 more? Yeah, because everything in that property
is done.
It's beautiful. It's overdone. From the kitchen appliances to the LED lighting to the crown molding, that's perfect. The property, is it worth that? Yeah, but the problem is the market doesn't support it. So what you do is you got to look at the comps that are in the area. So the last two that sold are X amount of dollars. Similar units. Yeah, there's some more expensive units, but they're different units. So you can't go apples and oranges. You have to go apples to apples. And that's why we priced it where we're at. And that's why we're getting the traction of people looking at it. Because, what happens is when you have a price a house overpriced, what good agents do is they use that house, and I call it a bounce house, because
So
what happens, right? So if there's 3 units in the building for sale, and 2 of them are priced correctly, I'll take them to the two units that I'm showing them, and then I'll take them to the bounce house. Say, look, this house here is $70,000 more. Why? I mean, that's what the price is good. And you get you get people seeing it, but we talked about that before.
Right.
You know, people use that.
Well, you know, Philip, like, because you're being honest with the seller,
Straightforward.
and sellers can see through the BS
Yeah.
of like just being the yes man realtor, just because they just want to have a listing to gather buyers, and they don't really care about selling the listing.
Right.
So he doesn't want to hear what he wants to hear. He wants to hear the truth, and I think you saw through that when you were just being honest about the price and being honest about where you're at. Doing a cold call, that means you're aggressive in the marketplace.
Yeah, have to.
And, you know,
Well, being aggressive and factual is 2 things. Now,
Yeah.
to this day, yesterday in the morning at 8:30 in the morning, I get a phone call, and this lady says, "Is your condo still for sale?" And I said, "Yes." Well, would you be interested in talking to us about listing it? I says, you're like a month and a half late. Why are you calling me now? So at that point, I says, no, I'm not interested.
You know that's illegal what she did.
She's not on top of her game,
You
no.
can't- you can't
A
even
month and a
approach.
half late.
Yeah, but you can't approach. Like,
but she's working off of a list from like a month and a half ago.
Well,
for
that
God's
just
sake.
goes to show you know, who's on the ball and who's not.
yeah,
Right.
it's just amazing. The things we see out there, you know.
Well, it is, and
That's funny.
it's look. The only thing I can say is, not because we're here on your show at this
Yeah.
point and up to this point. We've been very candid with one another. You told me what you think you could sell it for, and I told you what I'll accept.
Yeah.
And we're working, and we got things going.
Yeah, we'll get it sold.
So-
There's no doubt about it.
Oh,
We're going to
I'm
get
not-
it sold.
I don't have a doubt in the world.
Okay, great. And the one thing too, Mark, like you said about being honest, is, you know, when I'm working with anybody, I don't care if it's somebody renting a property or somebody selling a property or buying a property. I'm just, you know, I have one goal in everything I do is to build relationships with people. And I want to create relationships with people. And one thing I like to approach is just when I deal with people, I want to leave them better off than they were before they knew me. You know, that's my goal, and I apply that to real estate.
You're giving me the warm and fuzzies right now.
But it's true. It's true, bro. It's true. I mean, if it's restaurants, business, I mean, consulting. I mean, I grew up in the restaurant business.
Ivan, you could have like said like 5 things right there.
it's the-
Like, what's up?
Why would I want to interrupt that? That's so true. I'm already warm and fuzzy over here.
But the bottom line is everything I do. You know, we're actually, I haven't even announced it yet. On the weekend, I have a couple people from the restaurant industry looking to make extra money because things are slow. So I'm starting up a little cafe at the Yellow Green Market in Hollywood, right off of Sheridan.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be called the Real Estate King Cafe, and
cool.
we're gonna
Nice.
blow it up. And
Yeah.
what we're gonna serve there are flatbreads. So I'm gonna make like 10 different kinds of flatbreads. When I say I'm not physically gonna make them. I have people who want to work. I mean, I'll be there, but I got the ovens ready, and we're gonna make fresh pasta. So
Nice.
literally, you can get fresh pasta or a flatbread, and it's gonna be $5.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
And if you want a larger portion, it'll be $5.99. And if you want a larger portion, it's going to be $10. But it's going to be homemade sauce, like I made here on the one show. I'm going to make a vat of it,
Nice.
and just whatever we do is
On a bigger
then
stove,
the
right?
flatbreads. Yeah,
A bigger
yeah.
stove.
I love it.
And it's just going to be fresh pasta made on the spot. Boom.
Where is this going to be located?
Right off of Sheridan and 95. It's called the Yellow Green Market.
Very close to me. So
It's an amazing,
I'll
it's
be
an
there a lot.
amazing market. It's
What
really
corner would that be on? If we're
That's on.
It's
that's
on-
next to
there's no
Taft
corner.
Street.
It's
it's on
actually-
Taft.
Right.
Uh,
It's inside a building.
right next to the I-95 overpass.
The
right
railroad
ne-
tracks
Next
there.
to the railroad
Yeah.
tracks.
I know where it is.
the
I know
people that
exactly.
own the building, Leviticus Watch Company, owns the building, and the gentleman who is actually running the market has done markets all over the world, South America, here, Oregon, out west, and he runs this market.
This
I mean,
is
it's a
by
classy
the
outfit.
YMCA, is it not?
Yeah. It's not too far from there.
You can get to it both ways. You can come
Yeah.
off Sheridan 95,
Sure.
make the left,
Yeah.
and go down by where the storage place is there,
Right.
and you come in the backside, or you can come up Taft and you just turn right into the parking lot.
Okay.
But it's all undercover. It's all under a building, and what the greatest part is, my unit is in an air-conditioned area. I'm the first one going into it because no one can make it. So I know with my pasta and with my food, I know in the air conditioner, I'm going to set up a little table area. Everybody's going to be there to eat it. I'm going to develop that area with them because it's more of there's a wine, there's something called pasta warehouse or something. They have like a million different kinds of pastas, but they don't cook it. It's just there.
Yeah, they sell.
So it's like Pasta Station or something it's called. But there's these units there, and it's amazing. So I decided, say, what the heck? I made a deal with the guy. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to promote the radio show. I'm going to promote the office and everything. I'm going to open myself up to a different clientele. And I'm going to make some money doing it and help some other people have a job and make some money for themselves.
Very nice.
Very good.
So,
Yeah, nice.
so I'm first announcing it here that we're doing it.
I
and
love
it's gonna,
flatbread.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah.
It's all
You should do
homemade.
flatbread next time.
Yeah, I don't have an oven here. We need an
Oh
oven.
yeah.
So
Come on, Mr. Ivan Bad.
Look, we'll get an oven. We'll totally get an oven here. What are you talking about? For flatbread?
We'll fit it in between the mics here, right?
Yeah.
Little
That would be
toaster
the
oven.
craziest thing we've ever
and I
done.
carry everything in and out, but I
Yeah.
don't know about an oven, man.
We do got to get aprons because when you were making the sauce, I still like
Splash.
dry cleaners are like, going, what in the world? What? Like you cooking?
That's funny. That's so funny.
We have broadcast quality jumpsuits
Yes,
that we
that's
use
so funny.
specifically for the cooking shows.
Yeah, yeah. So that's coming. That's coming. That's what we're doing as well. So there's a lot. Like I love just to do things and be different, and create and make things happen. So my goal, next year is really to have when people think of real estate, I want them to think of me. Without spending $10 billion. People they see a company with a balloon and they think Remax, and they see this company and they think that. And I have friends who work for those companies, and they tell me, and they're I'm not going to call them out, but they're unqualified. They're going to price the house $50,000 higher to have a higher listing, and nobody's going to go to it. They don't know what they're doing, and they tell me, listen, they get a phone call, or people will call them, or they'll call the people up and say, hey, I'm with Remax, and they don't even question them. Just come in, and they sign, and they list the property. They don't even question the facts.
Well, you know what,
with
Philip,
Remax.
too, like another thing he said, though, like all they did is put it in the MLS,
Yeah.
and they hope to God it's going to sell
They
with
pray.
no plan.
Remember the
I mean,
piece?
you have a plan,
Yeah.
a marketing plan.
Yeah.
It's, you execute it, and
Yeah.
it works.
And the thing is, what I'm working on now is how do I present that to the public? So I need to let the public know when they're thinking real estate, they think real estate king. Because once they see what I do, and I do that just like you guys saw. When you saw the presentation, it was a no-brainer.
Oh yeah.
Well, you presented yourself as a seller and not a lister.
Right. Well, that's what I do. I sell property.
Right.
That's what I do. And my team,
Nice.
they're
That's
the
good.
buyers. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I
that's-
sell property. That's what I do. And that's why I have a team of people, because for example, you guys are moving out of the area. Now, if you were moving in the area, I would say, okay, look, we're selling your house. Now I'll also find the house for you. Now, I have a team of agents who are going to be on the buy side of it. So Vincent Cordero or Oro Tomas, Yulia Vargas, anybody who works with me, I will give them that deal, and they take the buyer side of it, because I focus on the listing. I focus on the sale. That's what I love to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I sell houses if somebody is buying too. But my goal is to really build this organization where I'm handling listings, and I'm helping my buyer's agents create a career off with me. So we're all making money on it. So that's how I try to build the team that I'm working with. So yeah, my goal is to sell, because that's what I love to do. I love to market it, make the deals, negotiate the deals like we're doing now, back and forth with them, and we'll shake it up. Don't worry.
You have a very wide range.
And that's
so
it.
if you think about it, you're selling $700,000 condos and
Sure.
$5.95 flatbreads.
Yeah, you got it pretty well.
Don't get me wrong. We have a property 5 acres off of Sheridan for $3.9 million. I have 10 acres in the Keys for $2.5 million.
Yeah.
And it's not, no one becomes wealthy and no one builds an empire just doing one thing. You look at Donald Trump, you look at people out there, they employ a mass of people and they make money off of different things. So the only way to really make an empire and build what I want to build is to help other people make money underneath an umbrella that I create, where I get a piece of it. And real estate is my passion, it's my love. Like, I look at it as like a human body. Like, real estate's my heart. That's what I do. My brain's my brain, but I need lungs. So the $5.95 flatbread, selling 400 of them in a weekend, hey, that's $2,000 a week. That's $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's like a lung, and then, I need another lung. So let me find something else. So the only way, I could do real estate and I could do 10 deals a month, 120 deals a year, make 3% and make $1 million a year. But that's only money. Money is the byproduct. When you can build things and structure them, the money, like A and B equals C. So when you find something that you love and you're passionate about it, and B, you can implement it and help other people become better with it, it equals C, which is cash. Cash is the byproduct of what you're building. Sure. So that's how, people tell me, well, what do you do? You're doing a million things. But 99% of people can't understand doing a million things is the only way to build an empire. Now, one thing does not suffer because I'm doing something else. When I'm doing my real estate, I'm doing real estate 100%. Nothing else is looked at. When I'm focusing on developing that market with those people to run it for me and work it so I can manage and just make sure everything's proper, I'm doing that 100%.
Well, if I could, you say a million. You say a million things. But I've known you for a while. Really, you are awesome at real estate. That's what you do, and you have a hobby of cooking, and you can't seem to ever get out of it because you find something else to get into. Like you integrate cooking into everything you do, and if you're a Facebook friend with you post some of the most incredible meals, some of which I even implement in my own kitchen.
And the hardest thing is, I have people approaching me to consult them to open businesses. I'm working on one right now off of Riverwalk. It's going to be called Java Lounge. It's right across from Briney's on the river. And we have a little bit of a holdup because we had some drawing issues with an architect who, we showed the architect, hey, these drawings are incorrect for the handicap accessible bathrooms. You have to have a 5-foot spin. And he's like, no, it's okay, we got it. I'm like, no, we don't got it. So we should just submit it. It's okay. So we submitted it, and now they turned it back, and now he has to redo everything. So we lost 3 weeks of time. Now you understand, I have people who are investing money, paying rent on this place that just lost 3 weeks of time. And my hands are tied. Now I gave the advice. I said, here it is. Here's the problem. The contractor that I hired in, the GC, said the same thing. The architect that they hired prior to me working with them messed up.
I hope you fire him.
And here's the problem: you can't fire him because you're already $8,000 into the guy, and anything that needs to be corrected and adjusted, no other architect's going to clean up the guy's mess.
That's true.
So you're stuck with the guy. I don't know the guy; I just know him from them. Like my architect, would have been $5,000, $3,000 cheaper. It would have been done, and we would have been starting construction 3 weeks ago. But this is the stuff you deal with. You got to clean stuff up, but I have people like that coming to me saying, listen, I want to open this up. I'll pay you X amount of dollars to consult me and give me a percentage of the business. And I'm like, whoa, and there's only so much I can do. I've turned 3 down because I can't do anymore. So my passion is real estate. Real estate is what I love. If I can help other people make money and put businesses together and consult them and get a piece of that, why wouldn't I? Because I love business. Like some people like to drink, some people like to party. I like to build businesses. So when I'm not doing real estate, building a business is like a high for me. So that door opens and I see people, money's made. I stand back. I had a nightclub and a restaurant, which my brothers have now, and they're successful. It's a very popular place. It's a college town, and it's great. And I'm going to tell this. I probably shouldn't tell this. I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink. I know that drink cost me 91 cents, and I can sell it for $12. So every time I drink one, it costs me 91, and it really cost me $12 because, it cost me the $11 and 8 cents that I would have made or whatever. So I used to have a bottle of Grey Goose. I used to keep it behind the bar, but the Grey Goose was a bottle of water. So whenever somebody wanted to buy me a drink, I'm like, yeah, give me a shot of Grey Goose. So my bartenders would go pour the Grey Goose the shot of water, charge them the $13-14, and I'd take the shot of water because I'd rather make the money. so I can say that now because I have nothing to do with it. but yeah, and then they must wonder, the guy's never drunk because they would buy.
You could really handle your liquor, huh?
The guy don't get drunk, but it was kind of funny. Like the Grey Goose, and I'll put pineapple in it, and I'm drinking watered down pineapple juice. But
everything you've said so far, though,
but
there's
that's
one
what I
thing
do.
you failed to say
Go ahead.
since I've known you.
Yeah.
there are times we talked at 7:30 in the morning and we talked at 8:30 at night. You kept going. So
Yeah.
you don't work an 8-hour day.
No, never.
You know, it appears that you put in a 15, 16-hour day. So if you put in the time, it's going to pay dividends.
Yeah, it does. I mean, today it's 7:30. I got up at 6 o'clock this morning.
There you go.
You know, I don't look at it as work. You know, the benefit. You know, there is a benefit that I have. I mean, right now in my life, I'm a single guy. You know, I don't have a family.
You
I don't
hear
have
that,
a-
ladies? You hear that, ladies? Was
So-
that an advertisement? Come on, Ivan. What are you
It
doing?
sounded like an advertisement.
So I have the ability, you know, to spend my time.
He's pouring his heart out over here. I don't
But which one is he? The one on the side or here? You know?
I shave. That's the.
Oh, is that what it is?
Ivan always has the one-liners, but just not
I-
today.
so-
he had
I-
so many opportunities.
I don't want to interrupt. He's pouring his heart out. It would
I'm
be
just
horribly
speaking.
insensitive and cruel.
Do we have a caller yet? Do we have a caller?
I can arrange it. I have a phone. I can call in.
So the whole thing is, you know, like I'm able to apply that and the balance. But even when I'm, you know, in a relationship, anything like that, I still have loyalty to my client. And you know, there's these hours here that I tell them, look, I'm not around these hours. You need something, you know, even if it's an emergency, text me. I get the text, you know, instantly. But it's a good thing and a bad thing because there got to be some kind of balance. That's something I battle with in my life because I'm always running.
Well, you told like one of this other agent. I think you might have mentioned it on another show, but like this other agent was like, you know, like battling you, and you go like, are you worried? And you go like, no, I'll just work harder than you because I know I'll work harder.
Yeah,
than
that's
you.
why they won't get the deal. You can't beat me because I'm going to work harder
I'm
than
going
you.
to overwork you, so it doesn't matter what you do.
When you listen, 90% of deals that you get is because you hustle. You know, the hustle. If the guy hustling is going to get that deal, you might be better than them, or you might have more experience than them, and you might be able to sell more property. But if they out hustle you, they're going to get it, and they could be less qualified. The hustle that's in it is what really is going to get the deal. You know, when I first got into real estate, that's what I did. I just out hustled them. I didn't know everything, but I out hustled them, and people saw that, and they said, "That's the guy I want," because that guy, look at what he's doing. He's gonna, if you don't know, he's gonna find out. And that's the guy I want because he's going to track it down and he's going to hunt it out and he's going to make the deal. And that's how I got started. I mean, that in anything. I mean, with any business I was in, people see that and they're like, "That's it right there." And I'm always straightforward. If I see an issue, I say it because you're going to face that issue now or 5 minutes down the road. If an issue comes up, you attack it right there. And even though people don't want to hear it, and if a person doesn't agree with it, it doesn't matter if they agree with it. There's a fact that happened, whatever it is. You need to address that right away, and they're going to respect you for it. If it's bad, if it's good, they're going to respect you for that because that's just what you have to do. I mean, that's how I would want to be treated. Absolutely, and that's it. So that's my philosophy on that. Like, you know, and I appreciate that you see that because not many people say it. They might see it, but they don't say it, and they don't appreciate that. So that means a lot to me that you notice that.
Yeah, you don't stop.
Yeah,
well,
thank you.
I think that also you make a person feel comfortable, so you're approachable.
Yeah.
You don't feel like if you say something, you ask a question, it's never a stupid question.
No, because I truly care.
Right.
Like, it's not about a sale to me. Like, I want to build that relationship because, yeah, we're going to do this property, but down the line, there may be another. There's a friend. There's somebody you know. And if you truly build a relationship, that's how you build your business. It's nothing to do with money. Money comes. You know, money comes and goes. It's not about... I learned that at a very young age. You know, I grew up in a nightclub and a restaurant business, and my uncle always used to tell me...
That's why you can do shots so many times.
Right? So, like, my uncle told me when I was a kid, you know, he said, you know, the only business you could be in and not deal with people is the bar business. Because people are going to drink no matter what. But in life, if people like you, they'll pay you more than the guy right next door to you for the same product. If you build relationships with people and they like you, that's it. And it's not just about like. You truly just treat them the way you want to be, and fight for them, and that's it. And that's what I do. Like the deal I'm making for you, it's my deal. I'm putting myself in your shoes and I'm fighting for you because that's your money. And
True.
I look at it as my money. It's my deal. My name's on that. So anything I do. It doesn't matter if it's $1,000 rental. I treat the people the same. Like the way I treat you and the way I treat the guy that I'm going to make nothing at $500 on, I treat them with the same respect and the same work ethic. I don't short anybody any different, and that's what I make my team do.
Well, that philosophy pays dividends.
Yeah, in the long run. In the long run, it does. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hate driving people around. And there's people I've driven around rentals, and I was going to make $400 on it, and then I'm driving them around, and next thing I know, they disappear, and they found a place on Craigslist. I'm thinking to myself, all I've done for them, and I'm thinking, why am I wasting my time for $400 when I could be putting a deal together for $2 million?
Or making a sauce.
Or making salads or sauces or selling a $5.95 flatbread.
There you go.
But I'm just saying, that happens. But you get discouraged when that happens. But it's just part of the game. Yeah. You're not going to get 100% of anything. So no matter how good you are to people, there are people out there that suck. So that's just what's out there, And some people try to take advantage. Usually, I could see that coming a mile away. Growing up in Philadelphia and seeing every trick and living in South Florida and being in real estate where all the clowns are, it's just the circus isn't big enough for all the clowns, and you just gotta see them coming. And it's like I have binoculars, and I'm just like, you see them coming.
And there's a lot.
You deal with a million. You deal with a million. Yeah. I mean, Mark. We didn't say much. Mark is with Movement Mortgage, and he's amazing. When I have a client and he's financing, he deals with them. He gets them a mortgage commitment in a few days. And now a mortgage commitment in comparison to a mortgage approval is a big difference. A mortgage commitment is like a cash deal. That means he underwrote them. All the files went in. They're actually cleared. And all they need is the appraisal, the title, and the, what else? The contract.
Yep. Oh, and I also
21 days.
And I also pre-approve the condo association, and most times, sometimes I'll even pay for the condo questionnaire up front just to get it going for a seller, just so we can find out how what type of financing to do for.
Yeah, because some of the condos, some of the condos you can't finance because they don't fit into the guidelines for the insurances.
That's not a condo. That's a different. What's the other name of a
co-op?
Co-op too. Condos too. But condos, co-ops.
We didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I had to learn to either get out of this town or become an expert of Florida Statute 718, which regulates the associations. And so I got really good. So I arm my real estate agents and my sellers with the knowledge of what they need to do to either force the hand of an association to make their condo association compliant with some of the lending laws out there, because they just follow the laws of the Florida statute. And so a lot of them don't know that. So arming you with those laws will push the association to do certain emergency votes, which then opens up for more financing and supply and demand. If you have more buyers, well, then you can get more for your house, right?
Right.
And so that's a big strategy on why I became an expert of that. But
could we honestly call you the Lone Arranger?
The Lone Ranger, yeah.
The Lone Arranger.
The Lone Arranger, yes. That would be really
like,
I like that.
Nice. Funnier the other way.
Real Estate King and the Lone Ranger. I like that. Thanks.
All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm actually going to create a Greek salad. Every episode we've done different cooking, so from hummus to feta dip to ravioli to fresh mozzarella, and tonight this is kind of simple, but what the key here is the dressing that I'm going to make. This is a dressing that I used to make in my restaurant, and it was the house dressing that no one knew what it was. So I figured since I don't own restaurants anymore, I can.
What the heck?
So it's like it's a lemon tahini dressing, I guess. I mean, I just used to call it the house dressing, but people used to come just for that. So they used to come to the place.
From miles around.
Yeah, they did.
I love it.
I should have bottled it. So anyway,
not too late.
And why didn't you, by the way?
I don't know.
Can we get it at the flatbread stand?
He would have put it next to the Grey Goose bottle.
Maybe I should add salads.
I want a Greek
thing.
flatbread. How about a Greek salad?
So we can do flatbreads. We can do pasta, and I can do Greek salad. 3 things. Yeah, maybe we will. We can look at that.
The possibilities are endless.
We'll be right back. This is Philip Simonetta, the real estate king of South Florida, on SoFloRadio.com.
The Real Estate King of South Florida continues after this.
Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom-built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now. 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com.
Broadcast radio production, sound design, audio, talk shows, commercials, trailers, voiceovers, webcasting, engineering, music. Learn how for a lot less than $10,000. Send a text to 954-803-9717. That's 954-803-9717.
Tune in to Z Nation Radio for the latest and good news about good people doing freaking great things in the world.
Every week, Zaina DeGaia and Sunset Martinez chatted up with some very interesting folks about their businesses.
It's about love,
consciousness, and making a difference.
Every Thursday from 12 to 1 p.m. at
SoFloRadio.com.
Curious about your property value? Find out for free. Compliments of the Real Estate King, Philip Simonetta, PA, at thefreevalue.com. Now, back to the Real Estate King of South Florida.
Hey, welcome back to the Real Estate King of South Florida. I didn't realize that he started it.
I said quiet on the set, get ready to start talking,
yeah.
and nobody
I'm new to the
paid
lingo.
And
any
don't
attention.
forget-
Mark heard me. I said quiet on the set, get ready to come back, or get ready to start talking. Nobody heard me.
But you missed the Lone Ranger here.
Yeah, the Lone Arranger.
We didn't miss that joke.
We dubbed Mark the Lone Arranger, along with the Real Estate King. So
Next year's Halloween
That's it.
costumes.
Yes, the Lone
Oh, King Cole and the Lone Ranger.
So
I'll
what
be
we're
Tonto.
gonna do? I'm just gonna chop up everything for the salad first, and then I'll make the dressing last.
Did you say what you're making?
So we're actually
Okay.
we're gonna put together a Greek salad. But anybody can put together a Greek salad. It's the dressing
You don't have
that
to
counts.
be Greek to make a Greek
No,
salad.
because I'm Italian and Lebanese, so I'm maybe Greek by default. Maybe.
But you know, I like it because real Greek salad doesn't have lettuce, right? And I don't see because a lot you
No,
order
right.
Greek salad at places and they always bring you lettuce. It's kind of
No,
interesting.
there's no lettuce. There's no lettuce in Greek salad. In a real Greek salad, there's no lettuce.
Yeah, this is real Greek salad. I like this.
A real Greek salad versus a fake one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna chop up some green pepper, real quick, and we also sliced up some smaller with this contraption. This is actually really cool.
Is it cool?
I was actually I was at the property with them, and I showed the property to the person who made the offer, and we started talking about this cooking gadget.
As soon as I found out you were into cooking,
So
that was it.
yeah,
That-
so say what
it
it
was
is.
like,
Say
yeah,
what it is
this-
while I'm cutting it up.
I said, yeah, I really like him now. He likes to cook.
Well, in Italian, we call this
What?
a zumba. We call this a zumba in Italian. You go back and forth, zumba.
That's
and
what
you
he
cut
calls
up.
it. But it's
But
basically it's a mandolin. But if you can take a squash or a zucchini and you can run it back and forth, it makes like spaghetti. And you just add that with some garlic and oil. Oh my God!
It doesn't look like there's a blade or interchangeable
It's all
blade
plastic.
in there.
No, it's
just
plastic.
plastic.
It's probably surgical steel. It's probably it's just plastic.
It's plastic.
Plastic.
It's plastic.
Plastic.
So you never
Green
have to sharpen it.
plastic
Then
thing.
it just
No,
kind of.
no, you never sharpen it.
Nice.
We saw this at the home show,
Yeah.
and it was fabulous what they did with all types of fruits and vegetables. And,
So now I'm really a cooking maniac.
Is this
with
the bowl that goes with it? It's
Yes.
like a
Yes.
kind of an
gives you a place to
oval
hook it.
Yeah.
bowl, a bowl,
It's a holder.
a
Yeah.
holder bowl thingy.
The whole thing. Yeah, okay.
That's exactly what they call it, Mark.
Do we have the cameras up, Philip?
That's the Lone Ranger. So what we're gonna do is I chopped up some pepper. We can dump the pepper in, and then I'm just gonna take some plum tomato, and we're gonna chop them in halves. So you just take the end, you cut the end of it off with the kind of like the butt of it, and then you leave the other end. You just cut them in half.
Do I
You don't-
put
you don't
the
make them any smaller.
the carrots in there?
Yeah, you could throw them. Throw about half of them in, and then we'll throw more if we need them.
So half a bag of carrots.
Some people don't put the carrots, but I like carrots. So that's cool. That's
Good.
Yeah.
Good for your eyesight. Carrots.
Yeah, I like carrots.
I'm liking this
so you
whole
can,
salad
So you
thing.
can see all those dollar signs.
I love tomatoes. So, we launched the TRID last month was the first.
Say what TRID is, because some they don't know what TRID is.
What's TRID?
Wait, we did a whole show on it. They should watch that show.
I call it trip. Because it trips you up. But
For more details, watch that whole show. But,
yes, exactly, right?
but here's Mark to recap what it is.
But the Truth in Lending Disclosure Act was enacted on October 3rd, which changed a number of disclosures for better for the consumer. But what was really a big change was that they made all lenders for buyers that are getting financing to give a closing disclosure of exactly what they will need to bring to closing 3 days prior to closing.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it totally does.
Jeez.
And it's a good thing.
Kind of when you do a refinance, you have 3-day rescission.
Right.
So what they did was when people would buy a house, either if you got there and the rate was higher or something was wrong, you either signed it or you walked. So what happened was they enacted this to give you a same 3-day rescission on a buy. So you have to see the paperwork 3 days and sign off before, so you know the rate's the rate, the APR is the APR, the fees are the fees, which it's kind of crazy because
You would think that would be a no-brainer.
from day one, they can prepare that within a couple of dollars. It just never was done. So out of the whole mishap and the whole implosion of the whole real estate thing, they created this 5 years later. So it finally came out.
And so nobody thought that you could close a loan in 45, maybe 60 days. They even rewrote the purchase agreements now. Yeah. The new FARBAR purchase agreement that all the real estate agents are recommended to use has a clause in there where there's an automatic 10 or 15-day extension to the contract if the lender needs more time to send out the disclosure. Because even though it's 3-day right of to review all the documents, some lenders are taking 6 days if they mail it, right? So it's going to be a longer team. And how many lenders are having a problem just closing things in 30 or 45 days now?
Jeez, that's ridiculous.
Right? So now if you're adding 3 more days and they have to change all the disclosures, it was like looking for nightmare. But so a recap, Ivan,
yes,
you'll need to know, is we closed the first TRID loan in 10 days. Movement Mortgage did in 10 days on the 16th. So it was apped on the 3rd. And we closed it in 10 days.
Wow.
We closed the first condo in 15 days.
This guy actually has videos of them, and they have over 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 hits on YouTube.
Yes.
That he's the first
gone
company in the
viral.
country.
Jeez.
Do you
Right,
break
country.
do you break
Yeah.
champagne bottles when you do that?
Oh man,
You smash them
I
on
wanted to.
The Lone Ranger.
But it's going against what every one of the experts said that it couldn't be done. So really, what it's going to do is going to separate the good lenders from the dysfunctional ones as far as operations go. So if any of your listeners are loan officers and you have a crappy back office, call me. If you got a deal currently in the process is having problems closing, call me, because we probably can still close it faster than your other lender, even if they had 20 days head start on me. And so what we've done is we've been able to execute and do it flawlessly. And what we did, our big change is we start working on the new closing disclosure on day one when we get the contract, versus everyone else starts 10 days prior to the closing.
Wow.
So if you already know the purchase price, you already know the title company, you already know these numbers, why are you going to start it later? Other lenders, step up your game. Really, that's what they need to do. Because this isn't rocket science. I think I said on the other show, we've been to the moon. I mean, this isn't rocket science. I mean, step up, pay for better support in your ops, get more people, more employees, because you don't need to do this to consumers. So
right on. Way to go.
Yeah.
Way to show those people.
I need to get some business cards before I leave.
Oh yes, thank you. Yes.
Spread the word.
But you can look me up, mark.mcdonald@movement.com, and love to help you out.
All right, guys. So now we got the onion, tomato, cucumber.
What kind of onion?
Some carrot. I have the purple onion, the Vidalia onion, in here.
Purple onions are not Vidalia onions.
No, you're right. You got me.
The
purple. Well, what's the purple?
If you're
onion?
gonna be making flatbread, get it right.
You got. I know. No onions on the flatbread. So wait, the purple onion. What's the name for that? It's in my
Purple
head.
onion.
No, but there's a name. There's Vidalia is the sweet one, right?
Right, that's the big one.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know it. I don't know why I said that. Brain fart.
I'm here to correct you.
Correction.
Clear to hear.
Purple
already
onion.
smells
No, I have to say that because my son-in-law
Saluda.
is listening and
Got it.
and he's a chef.
That's right. You know,
Saluda.
He
I've
made
never
an
heard
amazing
Saluda.
thing. The
Yeah.
watermelon you showed me that he carved.
Yes, we
I
were
wish
gonna-
we had a picture. We could put it up. I don't have a picture.
we
of it.
we were going to bring one with us,
Do
but
you have a picture in your phone?
We were going to have him
Can
I
you
have it on
carve
mine.
something.
can you do me a favor? Email the picture to him, and he could probably pull the picture and put it up on the screen like instantly. If you
phone
just get
is
his email real quick. I don't know if you have it,
phone.
but if not, if you have it, great. We got a few minutes. We can get it. So that'll be awesome, especially for him. We can say who he is and kind of give him a little like shout out.
he's very good at what he does.
What I saw was amazing. That's really awesome. The rose.
He can take a normal.
There was a
beet.
rose made out of a beet. It was
Well,
like
yeah,
crazy.
In 3 minutes,
Yeah.
he can take a beet and carve a rose out of it, and he puts a stick in it, and they do it as decor. He works at a country club, and he's a sous chef there, and he does great work, and he's a great
wow.
artist.
It's awesome.
Oh, here's the olives. I love these olives.
I actually got the pitted olive, so we don't have to break our teeth.
Yeah, I actually broke a tooth
Thank you for that.
on an olive across the street.
Did you really?
Oh,
Yeah, a
no.
little crack, little
They
chip
didn't warn
there.
you that they were.
Well, I mean, they
Here,
didn't
fling
have to
one of
warn me. I've
those
been
over
eating
here.
there for years. I know the olives have pits in it.
Oh yeah.
Nah, these are my favorite. I love them.
I love.
What
those
what
olives.
brand are these? Because
Anybody want an olive?
I've been constructing a
I
lot of
love
salad
olives.
lately.
These, I actually these are Pelponese. Oh, we don't want that one. Hold on. That one
Whose
caught
knees?
that one caught the microphone. Pelponese.
Here, tell him to.
Here we
Who
go.
do I send it to?
Oh, thank you.
Here's something he does. I don't know how you're going to get it.
I don't know. You email it to myself?
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
There you go. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff that he does. So awesome. All right, so that's going to take care of that.
Now for the sauce.
We're going to set this aside.
or the dressing.
Okay, so we have cucumbers, tomatoes, purple onions, olives,
Yep, and some green pepper.
and green pepper.
All in a big silver
And
bowl.
carrots is something
Next
I
to
add.
me.
A real Greek salad, like I just like carrots
And
in
we
it.
forgot.
so.
Did you say olives?
No, I said olives.
Nope, we got the olives. So
Okay.
what we're gonna do? I'm gonna take 3 cloves of garlic.
Only 3?
Just 3.
Oh, okay.
Just 3. they're big ones.
Like we said, only 3.
You like guys? I'll put more.
Yeah.
You guys want extra? Yeah, you like garlic?
Make
Oh,
it your
love.
way.
We'll go extra. We can do it. Normally I peel these before the show. I just didn't. We had a little bit of a late start.
Do you know if you take a clove and you put it in a garlic press and you smash it down, it'll just go right through.
If I had a can too, you can shake it.
Is that a tomato?
Yeah.
That's a tomato. That's
wait,
what he
wait.
does with a tomato.
Wow.
There was a tomato.
Turn them into ladybugs.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Ooh, that's a beet.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I
That's
I
wonderful.
spoke to him and I said maybe someday we'll bring him here and he could cook with you. Have a lot of
That'd
fun
be
with
cool.
this kid.
I would love to.
So this is what you're
Love to.
saying. The
As
watermelon
soon
is
as-
the vase.
As soon as we
and
get
then the
a
beets
toaster or a
are
oven
roasted.
You know,
base.
hold it up. Hold it up to the camera. Hold it up.
Oh
to
yeah,
the
they won't be able to see
Well,
No,
that.
no,
I
go
think
up to it.
he's
Go up to the
got
camera
the-
and hold it. I'll
No,
tell
they
you.
won't be able to see that.
They will see it.
Take our word for it. He takes a watermelon and he does carvings in it.
There was a
And,
breast cancer thing that she went to last week. So he took a watermelon and he made the ribbon on it and he put he carved roses for the ears. It was great. It was,
All right.
a
Yeah,
nice
I think that's the one I saw. I think
For,
that's the
for
one.
all
That's
your
the one,
holiday
yeah.
parties.
Wow, these are nice centerpieces. If any of the listeners are out there are coordinators of events, you gotta see this person. This is edible.
Say his name. I mean, I
Oh,
don't-
well,
or
he's
contact
Alan
him.
Holt.
Alan Holt.
We call him Chef Alan.
Wow, that's an elaborate centerpiece.
Yeah.
So we got the garlic and the salt, and then you got to give it a little.
Regular salt?
Yep. Just you can use sea salt, but I just had regular salt to put in. And we chop it up.
I think he's at Indianapolis here. He's grabbing his engine.
Yeah, you're just afraid to push the button. You were like
I'll tell you
just
what,
playing
if,
with
if
it.
you do it too much, it makes it too loose, and it doesn't get the right consistency.
Oh,
So
gotta-
there's a
you gotta be a little
strategy to
tricky with
your
it. Yeah, you gotta be a little
button
tricky with it.
pushing.
And then I always throw a little olive oil in the beginning, just to.
And we have the Chef Estate King working now.
Yes.
And then that way you're infusing it. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in...
It smells so nice.
We're gonna talk into the mic.
We're going to go ahead. There we go. How's that? We're going to go ahead and get some sesame paste.
Tahini.
And
I always see that in the store. I never know what you use it for.
Hummus
Until
and
you
good
made
things.
that hummus the other time.
Actually, you know, in the Middle Eastern food, you can just take tahini. It's kind of. I'll do it for you guys right now. You can actually sample this. You take tahini and eat it plain, and it's very bitter. It's not good.
Okay.
You take tahini and you add lemon to it. It changes the color and the taste is good. It's really. It's crazy how the food works together. And I'll show you. We can do it really.
Now you see how that's like
Tahini
liquidy.
Yeah, we'll do a little experiment.
That tahini is liquidy there, right?
Because I keep it at room temperature.
Yeah.
Once you put it in the fridge, it gets hard.
Yeah. Well, mine never
So-
got to the fridge, but
Yeah,
I guess it just didn't come out of the cabinet for 2 years,
Oh.
that'll do it.
and it does become hard.
Okay, so that there. So if anybody wants, you can just get a little taste of that. I know, I got it.
That's bitter, you said.
This is bitter, but I want you to see the difference. I want you to see the difference of the bitter to the.
Tastes like peanut butter. It's not bitter.
It looks
just
like
not,
peanut
not
butter.
sweet.
Yeah, no,
how
it's
we-
not really bitter.
Well, I mean, no, it's like a. It's
Actually,
like a
you're
butter.
right. It tastes like
At
peanut
the end,
butter.
at the end, you get a little bitter to it, don't you?
Well, it's dripping down the side there. You're gonna
Yeah,
get it
it
on your
was.
desk.
All right.
Now watch this real quick.
Oh,
Did I get you?
He's gonna bust your
Food
chops.
goes flying here. My dry cleaner is like, man, on Wednesdays, what in the world do you do on Tuesdays?
Difference in that.
it tastes like lemony peanut butter.
Yeah, you don't think the consistency changes though?
Not really.
No, same.
I don't. I
All
mean,
right. Because when we were kids, we used to eat it like that, just with lemon on it, with like pita bread.
What is tahini made from?
It's sesame seeds toasted and made into a paste.
it would have been funny if he said peanuts.
No, sesame seeds. Huh? Comes from that's why they have sesame paste. And, you know. All right, so now we're gonna
Mark,
squeeze in the lemon.
Yes.
I'm
here.
gonna go get more of these bowl things on top of the fridge. I warned
Did
I warned
I mess
Phil.
those up?
Yeah,
You want to
absolutely.
go get
Well, I knew you were going to use them.
Okay.
You should always grab more of these bowls than you need.
Well, I'll put this in here.
These bowl things, courtesy of Power Smoothie in Aventura.
Nice.
We have lots of sponsors on the station, and I go into their store and rip them off. Is what I do.
Is that what you do?
I kind of wait for them to get busy with customers, and then I grab, stacks of, these food serving things that they serve wraps in, the industrial paper towels, silverware straws, things like that. Things you might need on a radio show. Important things, and stealing is more affordable than what do you call it? Paying for things. I discovered this cost-cutting method of stealing.
That actually tastes
It's really
like peanut butter.
really stretched my dollars. Added it to my begging repertoire. In between begging, I do some stealing, and it's really helped ends meet.
Times are tough, are they?
Huh? Well, yeah, it's like that. I work for food.
Where's
as a
my
matter of
wallet,
fact.
man?
His last name is Bad.
This is-
Ivan Bad.
This is what I get paid for this show by. Phil lets me eat. And I get to take the leftovers home,
Well, you're kind of thin there.
which
Maybe he should
which I
feed
then
you a little
sell.
more.
I sell the leftovers and I take them home. It's not exactly a restaurant so much as it's a shopping cart that I sell food out of on Hollywood Beach. You should really play blender music. You wouldn't hear it.
Or you can stand on Sheridan Street and be his competition.
I could. I'll stand out in front of the Yellow Green Market.
There you go.
Yeah, but if any of the listeners are out there that have a business that you wanted to do a radio show, I mean, you rock, man. Look.
Oh, thank you.
You do like things like this. You let
Well, part of
fill
the
up like
You need it?
splatter food
Yeah,
everywhere.
I'm gonna put it in.
it
so we
was
don't miss them.
we always used to argue with management. We had a very successful radio show. We got good ratings, and we certainly attributed that success to our imagination, and we were clever and crazy, and we would do fun things. And it was always opposed by management. It's like, we're trying to make you money here by doing this really clever. The audience is going to love it. It's fun. And then they'd say we were crazy. So when I created my own radio station, I really wanted that to be an element. I wanted to let the loonies run the asylum. And here we are making Greek salad, which is kind of insane. Conventional radio management would go
much cleaner than fresh mozzarella.
Oh yeah.
That's okay. Well, I didn't realize the making of fresh mozzarella involves an ocean with tides and everything. There was there was salty water. There were waves,
there was buckets of water splattering everywhere.
There were surfers standing in line going, check out the
bibs back then
and the mozzarella ball, buddy.
But I have to say, I've never had. You massaging the mozzarella in front of me for like a half an hour.
It was a little uncomfortably erotic. I was a little.
It was a little.
Watch out.
Yeah, it was kind of odd, but
getting a little bit more a little bit more turned on than I wanted to be.
I put all the dressing in, so it's a little extra dressing, but it's good.
I trust you, Phil.
Did you find if you did talk to your mozzarella that it tasted better? Or
Did we tell you that Phil blew a fuse while he was making cheesesteak?
I made cheesesteaks. I did. The last episode, I made 3 different cheesesteaks. One with provolone, one with cheese whiz.
So that we wouldn't
and
have
one
to
with
choose.
American. So they had to choose what was the best.
And it blew a fuse with
He blew a fuse.
We
knocked us off the air.
We lost
we
half
had
the
to
show
restart
because it
the
didn't
show.
save.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
It's kind of I got to do it again.
New thing. I like, new frontiers, unexplored waters. Would someone hand me a fork there, please? I'm gonna enjoy some of this salad.
Don't be starting before us, man.
Thank you. I'm just, I have a drum roll somewhere
yeah, it looks delicious
for the salad drum roll.
Where's your fork?
You're passing along. This is nice.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to do this with the flatbreads. Have this and the pasta.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I wanted to say for Thanksgiving Day, we have something we created called Thankful for Thanksgiving. You can go into Facebook and type Thankful for Thanksgiving. You'll see all about it. From 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at our office, I have a parking area out back. We're going to be able to feed 300 people. I'm going to be preparing this salad, pasta, and a couple other things. I'm not sure what exactly on the menu yet. But I'm inviting everybody, anybody
in town, everyone in town,
and anybody, the first 300 to come. It's I designed it to help anyone who just can't afford a meal. It could be a single mother with 3 kids that just don't have extra money to buy a special meal for Thanksgiving. It could be somebody who's homeless who just doesn't have anything.
And where's this going to be?
Or it could be somebody with $10 million. I don't care.
Ivan, there you go. See, that's one meal you can.
The goal of it is to have people come together and just
resell that
connect
meal.
where they would have never connected before.
What's the address?
The address at the office is 3323 Northeast 33rd Street. It's A1A in Oakland Park. I just go on to Facebook and type in Thankful for Thanksgiving, and the page for it will come up. And you'll see it all there.
That's great. Like so many successful real estate agents are out on their yachts or doing other things. You're thinking of things to do to help more people. That's what I love about you, Philip.
Don't get me wrong, I like yachts too, but there's time for everything. There's time to enjoy. There's time to
There's delicious.
back. There's times for different things. So that's like I said. I try to improve people, and I want them to be better off after they know me than before they knew me. So
Very tasty.
that's my goal.
You need one for you, Philip.
How is it, guys? Is it
Very good.
Is it too
It's
lemony?
delicious.
I know I put a
No,
lot
it's
of lemon
not.
in it.
No,
it's not
it's
too
good.
lemony.
It's nice. It's
Very
zingy.
good.
Garlic's good.
It's very good.
So people.
Oh, you're going to eat out of the bowl.
Well, no, I'm
Hey,
just,
guys, eat out of the bowl. Save this.
in case you guys want more.
Oh, that's great.
So that was a salad that people used to come, like in the summertime. I'd take a chicken breast and chop it up, or I would put steak on it.
Yeah.
Like a ribeye, and cook a ribeye and put it on it if they wanted. Mix it in, or same thing with chicken breast. I don't have the facility here to cook chicken breast, but
Hey, well, you
not
brought
yet.
that grill in.
I could. I
I have a lean grilling machine. I could bring that in. It's like this small. What do you think?
If you upgrade the electric,
George Foreman.
we won't have a problem.
So
Well, we just chose a
one thing
different
I want to
outlet.
do real quick, guys. I didn't top it off with the feta. So hold on.
Oh my God! I know something was missing. Crumble that in here.
What I'm going to do is, hold on.
We'll do that.
You can just give me a big block.
There you go.
I'm going to give you the fancy design. Now, this is how I used to do it.
Oh, there's
I take
fanciness
pride
to
in
it.
man.
Go ahead.
I love me. Oh, that smells good. That feta.
I can't. You know what? We got to crumble it. I can't get it cut here. So
All right.
here, I'm just going to put it there. You
Just-
guys just crumble
just
it with
give me
your
a
fork.
block.
I don't
Thank
want to
you.
like break it with my hands.
I don't know.
No, feta. Feta.
Better?
Love it.
Yes, I should have crumbled it up, but I
Thank you.
It's all right.
So there we go. The feta sets it off.
Better?
I put napkins down.
Oh, you even use the good feta. The feta that's in the brine.
The French feta. It's creamier than the normal.
Well, there's the ones in the package that are all dry.
Oh
and-
yeah, no, that's not good.
Where do you get that? You go to Restaurant Depot
This,
for
I
this
got,
stuff?
yeah, I got this at Restaurant Depot. You can buy this
Costco
one.
too.
Yeah.
I love that place. They have the best price on Whip It refills, the
Whip It?
canisters.
The heck is Whip It?
That's the
Whip
Oh,
It.
the
You just said
canister.
breast.
This is what I heard. I heard that they have the best price on Whip It canister refills. Yeah, this is what I heard from Mark. Restaurant Depot, ladies and gentlemen. Ask for whipped cream chargers. That's what Mark told me to ask for.
Pretty cheap actually.
The newsstand, almost twice as much as Restaurant Depot for the whipped cream chargers. We like that. Do you hear the music? You hear the music? Everybody's got their
everybody
mouth
likes
full.
the salad. Good.
It's wonderful.
Very good.
Awesome.
You're running out of music. You
So-
want me to play more?
No, we're good.
All right.
All right. So
Say goodbye.
Thank you everybody for watching our show and being part of it. I'll see you guys next week. I'm not sure what we're going to go over next week or what we're going to cook yet, but we'll figure that out.
Something without an oven.
Yeah, something without. Maybe I'll bring the oven.
The
So-
condominiums where we're gonna.
Good
talk.
night from all of us, and have a great week, guys. This is Philip Simonetta, the real estate king of South Florida, coming from SoFloRadio.com. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Visit agentofluxury.com and learn more about the Real Estate King coaching program. Visit realtormarketingcoach.com.
You're listening to SoFloRadio.com.
You've been listening to the Real Estate King of South Florida, Philip Simonetta, PA. The Real Estate King can be heard every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. on SoFloRadio.com. To find out more about the Simonetta Group of Charles Ruttenberg Realty, visit agentofluxury.com and learn more about the Real Estate King coaching program. Visit realtormarketingcoach.com.